So that game I think you guys were talking about that game a while back. Is it Wolven or whatever at ARPG? So that's on the Steam too.
Wolfen.
There we go.
Yeah, like everything on my wish list right now is on sale.
Same.
What's the name of the game?
Which game?
Wolven?
Wolfen. WOL.
Yeah, I see the
WOLCEN.
What is this?
An ARPG.
Oh, it's in early access.
I'm waiting to see if it turns into anything.
Yeah, it is early access.
Yeah, but it was early access, release date 2016.
Do you run GeForce Experience? Can't you configure out the streams to wherever? Wait, that game's not even on Steam?
We're talking about Graveyard Keeper.
Yeah, I didn't know it was on Steam.
It will be on Steam. It has a Steam page, but it's not until the release, which is August 15th.
Gotcha. I see your mouse moving.
I see a pause menu.
I hear me.
Oh, I can hear myself. Oh.
Yeah. Zio can hear himself. Okay, I don't sound black. I do sound somewhat retarded, though, which is not good.
Oh, it's the priest. Yeah, the game is very grindy in its current state. Oh, Lambs is watching too.
What is this?
This is called Graveyard Keeper. It's Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, but it's corpses instead of plants. But there's also plants. Ooh, get the honey!
He's gonna stay.
You might actually not be able to get that honey. I think that honey is bugged, but there's other honey you can get.
He turned into a zombie.
Not as far as I'm aware.
Can you still buy some necrophiliacs?
You can chop them up and sell their meat.
Oh, that's good.
That's what you do with people that die, right, Lambs?
This ain't Soylent Green, bro.
No, it's the next tree over. There you go. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think that one's the bugged one. You can do all the other ones, but not that one. I've watched a lot of this game. Well, I mean, you can't really steal their crops. Just random shit that's growing in there. They might add a cart. You can. You have a dash if you hit shift, but it uses a lot of energy. It uses like 2 energy per dash, so you don't really want to start doing that unless you really need to be somewhere, and that somewhere doesn't require you to have energy, or until after you start producing food so that you can actually get your energy back. That improving your tools. Yeah, but I mean, there's time stuff in that, like, you know, like the merchant only comes on a certain day and the astrologer only comes on a certain day. Like, there's people only come at certain times. And the days are only like 6 minutes long or something like that. 8 minutes, maybe? The days are really short. Like, if you watch like a 40-minute YouTube video, it tends to go through an entire week.
I'm calling that, guys. I'll see y'all.
You're gonna watch this until he's done.
See ya.
Fine. What did you take out of him? The body. Yeah, I know. Like 20 seconds tops. So I'll let you into a core secret of the gameplay loop. The white skulls that are on the bodies, that's the maximum amount of points that you can get from a grave. So, like, if you don't have any white skulls on a body, you don't want to bury that body. Like, so you can only get that one. Yeah, you can only get 1 point out of the one red and the one white there. Yeah, you generally don't want to have any reds. So you generally don't want to have red skulls on the corpses, and I forget exactly when it happens, but you'll start getting corpses that have a lot more skulls on them. I think the maximum is 6, and so, like, you know, it might be okay if like a 6 skull corpse has a red one, so you're burying like it's got 5 white skulls. I mean, that's okay in the long run of things, but you're probably going to end up digging up a lot of the bodies that you bury early. Which is fine to an extent, because every game is probably going to go through that phase where it's like, okay, you need money, and the only way that you can really make money is by burying the bodies and selling their certificates. So the logs, you see that. So there's 2 things next to the fence there, the stone wall. One's got like stones on top of it, and the other's got like the wooden thing there. You put the logs in that, and then the work tables feed from them. Well, I mean, if you walk up to a log, it tells you to put the log in it. So yeah, the one's for stone, the one's for logs. And then you can do it from there. I mean, there's still a shitload of stuff to do. It's just like the actual story stuff isn't there, and yeah, as a result, a lot of the tech tree is closed off. You should go sleep. Well, you get a lot more energy when you sleep at night versus during the day. So you're getting like +4 and +3 there. Like in the dead of night, you can get like +6s. Whereas if you're just sleeping during the day, you get +1 and +2. So you sleep for a lot longer to get the same amount of energy back. It's like my #1 pet peeve when I watch people play this game. It's that like people don't pay attention to the day-night cycle and they all end up sleeping during the day. It drives me fucking nuts. Go, yeah. Put some shit in the chest. You can destroy the blood. There's no use for it currently. Yeah. You should look into making stone stuff. I forget what workbench is needed for that. But the stone headstones are better than the wooden crosses. And because it's stone and not iron, it's actually easier to make, I think. Like the iron is, it's kind of harder to come by. You're still walking the graveyard for me. Yeah, that's not a bad. That first one, that's not a bad grave because that was like +4 or 5 maybe. So yeah, if you repair that headstone and put the fence on it, you'll want to move it eventually. But for the short time, that'd be good pluses. Yeah, so that's a maximum +5 there. That's a pretty good grave. You're gonna want to get to your +5 thing before Sunday. Now, granted, I mean it's still 5 more days, but that way you'll be able to open the church, and that's how you start getting more money. See, like that last, or the second to last grave you looked at, the one that has had the stone fence and also the stone headstone, but it's only given a +1. It's because it has a crap body in it. Yeah, this graveyard's only for beautiful people. You can throw people you don't like in the river. Just between you and me. And you also have the green skulls on the bodies. They only appear after the body drops below 90% quality. And the quality drops slower if it's in the morgue versus laying out in the street. Yeah, that thing that's next to the morgue door, that's actually a chute. And once you repair it, the donkey will automatically drop it down the chute and the body will land in the morgue. No, that's what the river's for. Yeah, I was 100% serious with the river. If you take a body and you go over to that river, and just below the bridge, you can throw the body into the river. Okay. That's how real morgues work, right, Lambs? Like, if you just don't like the body, you throw it in the river.
No, not so much.
And, you know, when they come in, you just take all their organs out, and their blood, and their bones, and their skull. Nobody ever notices when the skull's missing.
Others? They do.
They do? What?
Mm-hmm.
You see, in this game, if you remove the skull, it actually improves the body. They've shown some other stuff about this game too that is not currently in it. Like they had a screenshot, or a fairly recent screenshot, where the house that you live in is like super duper small. It's like just the bed and the fireplace, and I think the table. It's like the size of the bedroom, and it's like when gravekeeping doesn't go well or something like that. Was the caption. Well, the church has expansions to it, not in the current version of the game, but they've shown the pictures of that. Truthfully, I don't 100% know, but I imagine they do make more money selling it through their website, so. Yes, when business goes bad, it's actually just a bed and a fireplace. It doesn't even look like you can cook in the fireplace. Also looks like there is going to be zombies. They posted a picture of like a war camp. Punch Club? Yeah, I just hope they clean up some of the grind. From what I heard, Punch Club could be a very, very grindy game in the late stages. Truthfully, people's biggest complaints isn't so much the movement speed, it's that eventually you start mining ore and stone from like these larger deposits, and they come out in these big bricks that you didn't have to use like a stone cutter to cut, but the bricks are like they're like bodies in that you can like carry it. So you can, it's a physical thing that you have to carry in the world instead of going in your inventory. So you can only carry like one or two. You can kind of like juggle two of them at a time. Yeah, that's like, people think that maybe the donkey, you might be able to use his card at some point or something. When you chop down trees, make sure you take care of the stumps too, or else the trees won't regrow. Yeah. No, just because you had a bunch of stumps in that patch of trees south of the road. Probably the wooden anvil. You probably can. I was trying to think if that's the way that you're supposed to do it or not, but go into your basement. There should be some barrels down there that I think you can chop that will have, like, iron parts and nails. Scary man in the basement. So yeah, if you can't tell, you can connect all these tunnels, so you can move between the church and your house and the morgue, all underground in a slightly faster manner, depending on which ways you're going. Does the bell what? No, the bell means that you had a body delivered by the donkey. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see. Yes, so I think if you remove the fat, you add a white skull. The red skull becomes a white skull. I think. Yeah. Actually, the blood does that as well, I think. Yeah, and once you, when you get, I think you have soft parts now. When you get hard parts, you can do bones and skulls, and bones make things worse, and the skull will add a red skull, but it's another red skull. So if you had 3 white skulls now and you remove their skull, you'd get 3 white skulls and a red skull. So then you could possibly turn that red skull into a white skull, thereby increasing the body's quality. Yeah, removing neither those won't do you anything right now. I mean, you could take the flesh because you can sell it as meat later if you want to, and the blood has no use currently as far as I'm aware. Did it? Oh. They must have changed that. Okay, that's a new thing. He's only +2. You might want to throw him in the river. To the left. There is a menu. that has like a list of all the NPCs. Did you chomp all the barrels? I find it strange that you're buying parts that you could have been getting for free. Need a furnace. Hey, it's Sunday! Because you have the dial in the upper left? Because the thing on the bottom is the day that it is, and that's Sunday. It was... because it's the sun, and it's the day that it is, so it's the Sunday. Which means the priest comes, and since you have +5, you should be able to open the church. And then you can pray. No, you're the leader of the cult. Soonish. Yes, you do. You literally have all day. Mm-hmm. It doesn't go away, so. So next week, when people start showing up, they'll actually give you money. And so he talked about it. The church quality increases the amount of faith that you get. And you need faith to build things later, and also to research stuff, which is how you get those blue points. You've been getting the red and green points, but yeah, you can't get the blue points until you start getting faith. So the church quality increases your faith, and the graveyard quality increases the money that the people give you. That stuff on the floor up there is the faith, so you're going to want to get that and put it somewhere. I think that'll be it for the Zeal tutorial for tonight. I'm going to go to bed. Good night.